Hey everyone, this is Casey with CReeves Makes. Today I'm going to show you how I made this simple sign using Vectric Aspire and my CNC. Starting off with a nice piece of wood, I run it through my drum sander a few times to get both sides cleaned up. I have a 120 grit belt on my sander. Once the sanding is complete, I use my ruler to find and mark the center of the board. This will be my 0 for my CNC. The bit that I'll be using is a 60-degree V-carve bit. My cut depth for this project is going to be 1/4 of an inch. Using the overall dimensions of the physical board, I do a mock-up in Aspire. Aspire offers several different fonts to choose from. I chose monotype for this project because I thought it looked best. Once I was happy with the rendering, I saved the file off and loaded it in my CNC. Now it was time to start carving. I had already zeroed the machine, so I just had to make sure the workpiece was secured to the work surface. One thing I'll admit is having a good dust collection boot definitely keeps the workspace clean and tidy. To clean up after the V-carve, I use these wire brushes to get any fuzzes or any little lines out of the text. Once that's done, I do a quick sanding to the top just to make sure that everything's ready to go for final finishing. I did 150 grit, 180 grit, and 220 grit for my final pass. Also being sure to hit the edges on all 4 sides. For a nice edge feature, I just put in a 45-degree chamfer bit and ran it around the edge with about an 1/8 inch reveal. To mount the sign, I figured I would use a keyhole slot. I've done this a couple different ways, but for this method I was going to use a Forstner bit to drill the main pilot hole, and then I put in a temporary fence for my router to follow to do the length of the slot. As you can see here with all the smoke, it's about time for a new key slot bit. After a quick vacuum and cleanup, it was time to get back to doing some final sanding. I sanded off all my pencil lines and marks and did the finished details on the chamfer. I used this cordless inflator to blow off all the debris from the workpiece. The finishing process is fairly straightforward. I do a couple light coats of a clear satin lacquer over the whole piece. I then spray on 1 coat of flat black spray paint to fill in the text. Once that is cured, I sand back the surface to raw wood and then recoat with 3 to 4 coats of the clear satin lacquer. And that's it, the project is complete. This whole project took me about 3 hours to complete, so it's an easy 1-day process for sure. I'm Casey with CReeves Makes, and thanks for watching.